Hello. Hello, everyone. I accidentally moved down my source. Hello, everyone. I am here. You guys are here. Leni is here. Hello.
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I am about to fix her Fugi. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone and let them know a little bit about yourself?
Of course. My name is Leni Andronicos. I'm one of the founders and CEO at Logcast, which is the company sponsoring the Global Vtuber Awards this year. I'm also the founder of Oshi, which is our new streaming platform that we've built exclusively for virtual entertainers. I know many of you have a lot of questions about Oshi, and thank you for being so interested and enthusiastic about our upcoming launch. But I'm looking forward to answering all of your questions today. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. Well, all right. Now that we know a little bit about you, what is a VTuber to you?
Yeah, actually, VTubers inspired me to build my company Logcast 4 years ago, because what I noticed going on was there was a group of people who wanted to be more free from the internet, to be able to express themselves how they wanted, to be able to share their personality without the worry of being judged. And they were doing that behind an avatar. And suddenly, we saw a whole community of people become free from the internet. And I'm a millennial. I grew up just kind of before the Facebook time. I remember in high school, I had just got Facebook, I had just got MySpace and started to play around with it. And it was super fun in the beginning. I remember, we were sharing pictures with each other from nights out on the weekend and leaving comments on each other's walls. And it was a really nice space. And then what I saw happen over the next few years was the internet kind of become a very dark place. I myself became judged by a lot of people on the internet, school friends saying mean things. And so this really like formed a foundational part of my childhood and my growing up. And so when I got a little bit older, I kept thinking about this time of my childhood where I just felt judged by everything that I said. And I felt like I really couldn't express myself fully because I was scared. And I saw a community actually doing something about this, like making a change for other young people. And that was the VTubing community. And what I thought was so cool was that they used their voice. It was not about how pretty you were. It wasn't about filtered photos and filtered videos, but it was about just expressing yourself through your voice, which is what makes us a human. So I was inspired by the VTubing community actually 4 years ago when we started Logcast, which is a social network app where you can share your life through your voice only. So you talk, kind of like a podcast, but we make the concept social. So I've been following VTubers for many years now. And yeah, this community actually inspired us right from the beginning.
What makes a VTuber though, like separate from other kinds of content creators or social media platforms?
I mean, there's so many different things, but I think the most obvious one is, you're using a digital identity to express yourself while streaming. That's quite unique. You're not often showing your human face. Of course, some people are doing face reveals, which is super cool. But often it's someone expressing themselves through different characters.
All right, and you said that
But what do you think? I would love
VTubers.
to hear what you think as a VTuber yourself. Like, how do you differentiate that?
Well, I feel like VTubers are essentially the same as regular streamers. It depends on what kind of character they want to play. Like someone like Doctor Disrespect, he has KFOB as well, where he plays a character. Do you know what KFOB is?
No.
KFOB is pretty intrinsic to the original foundation of VTubing, where characters from Hololive will play a character. They have lore, they have a backstory that's completely separate from the person who plays them.
Nice.
And you previously stated that VTubers mean a lot to you. Is it just because of that experience you had on social media when you were younger, or is there some other reason that VTubers mean more to you?
I think the two things that really come to mind for me is that it was one of the first communities in the world that actually did something about the internet and decided to change the way that the internet was built and what we were doing online, right? They didn't want to sit back and live in this like fearful internet society anymore where they couldn't just be themselves and express different parts of their personality without it being attached to their physical self, right? And that's pretty cool. I love when people stand up and try to change things for the better. So that's the first thing that got my attention. And second of all is the power of community here, right? I mean, the VTubering community is so supportive of each other. It's kind of like one massive family, right? And that for me is also very special and inspires me a lot.
Where do you get the idea that the VTuber community is like one big family and they're very friendly and supportive?
Oh, no, I never said friendly. I what I mean is that I think the VTuber community follows the same ebb and flow as a real life family dynamic, right? In a real world family, there is a lot of love, there's a lot of support, but there's also a lot of difference and different opinions and shared opinions, right? And something that a lot of VTubers talk to me one on one about is this like mob mentality also going on in the VTuber community. And anecdotally, I can share that many of the VTubers have said to me one on one that this actually feels less and less like a community every day as time goes on. So of course, I'm learning every day more about the dynamic of this community, but I think for me as a outsider, I can just say I think it really it follows the same ebb and flow of a real world family dynamic often.
Well,
What do you think?
to me,
How does it feel to you?
as someone who's been like I started as a PNG tuber, I got a GIF, I have a model now. I've been doing this since 2018, so I've been here earlier than most EN VTubers.
Yeah.
There's never really been a community. It's always been pretty much the same as other forms of content creation where people don't really want to respond to you, people put numbers first before personalities. It's just the business, as it were. So it really confuses me when I see a lot of people on Twitter specifically talking about how there is a larger community. Like, yes, all of us have our individual communities, but I would never say that there is a larger VTuber, especially family dynamic.
I mean, I'm just speaking from my personal experience, but seeing all of the VTubers that were nominated by their peers for the Global VTuber Awards, I mean, that was so beautiful to see. Many of the voting was actually done by other VTubers nominating like their friends or their peers, right? And then, of course, the fans as well. So for me, like that's quite rare. I'm sure if we were to host like a normal content creator award show, that maybe we wouldn't see such like a community aspect. So I'm just talking from my perspective, but even the support for our nominees, I mean, each of the peers in the community is really lifting up all of the VTubers that are nominated. They're sharing their nomination links, they're asking their friends to vote, and I think that's really cool. So just talking from my perspective, I definitely consider it as a community.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, all of us have like our individual communities, and there's definitely VTubers who are friends with each other, so they'll support each other in their endeavors. I still
Yeah.
don't think that means that there's a larger, like, familial VTuber community. But
Mm.
I do want to ask, since you love VTubers, who are some of your favorite VTubers, or like ones that really inspired you to break into the VTuber industry and want to support it?
So in my career, I was working in a lot of entertainment companies. So I've worked with MTV, I've worked with Spotify, and what that allowed me to do in my career is really to follow a whole different type of entertainment creators. So I remember when the first group of YouTubers came in, it was like the original streamers that were making like really long form YouTube videos, remember? And, this was like 12, 13 years ago, I think, from memory. Um, and what that allowed me to do, someone said on a call the other day that I did when I let everybody know that I was following VTubers for 10 years or something, right? And of course, I was rounding up. It's been like 7 or 8 years now since I was with MTV. But we actually started to study this, and a lot of the early ones were coming out of Japan at that time.
Well,
Obviously, the
yeah,
oh,
but like, do
yeah.
you have a name? Like, do you have names of ones that specifically inspired you, or ones that you just like watching?
I mean, a lot of the independent VTubers now, I'm really loving getting to know better. But I remember the first one that we ever discovered back when I was at MTV was pronounce the name correctly, Kaguya Luna, and this is one of the ones that was one of the earliest ones on YouTube. So this kind of like inspired the kind of interest in this.
All right. Do you know any like AI influenced VTubers?
AI? No, I'm not following any AI VTubers at the moment. Are you?
Well, kind of. I've watched a whole bunch of someone called Neurosama. Do you know who that is?
Yes. Not
Neur-
watched. I'm following her on other socials. What do you
okay.
think about that?
I think Neurosama is interesting, and she also does collabs with regular VTubers. But I found it interesting that when you've spoken about AI influenced VTubers, that was not a name that you've brought up before in any of your presentations.
I don't think I've actually spoken about AI VTubers before. Maybe I'm forgetting. Do you know which time I've spoken about that?
Well, let me skip
No,
ahead a
no
little
worries.
bit.
We don't have to. Just curious.
Yeah, I can skip ahead a little bit. Just let me see where I have it later in my notes.
No worries.
Um, Not there.
But maybe what the question is coming from is the conference talk that I gave recently. Maybe it was that.
Well, I was gonna go into the conference talk as well. I was wondering if you would mind if I played a few clips from that.
Yeah, sure. As long as it's not the full 30-minute video. That's
No, that's
yeah.
perfectly fine. I actually couldn't find the full 30-minute video. I could only find one that was about 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. No, the full one is 30 minutes. It should be on our YouTube channel.
But I do have before I open that, I have this Logcast note here,
Yeah.
how AI is
Hmm.
shifting the creator industry. And
Yeah.
under the notes here in the article that's posted, it says AI powered tools have provided creators with possibilities to explore their creative instincts. For VTubers, AI generated avatars have become a game changer, enabling them to personify their virtual personas with incredible realism and efficiency. These avatars can now mimic facial expressions, gestures, and voice modulation, creating a seamless experience for their audience. So, this is something coming from Logcast, which is your company, talking about VTubers having AI generated avatars and it being a game changer. But you also just said that you hadn't talked about AI influenced VTubers before. And like this might not have been written by you, but it's still from your company.
Yeah, so I think what we mean by that is like when AI is actually supporting you guys do better at your work, right? So, for example, when we talk about the avatars and the creators, it's actually the different technologies that you guys are using. And I'm not a VTuber, so I'm not using them myself, but to create the movements, right? A lot of the times that I believe that you're rigging your characters up to your movements, it's also backed by some pretty cool technology in the background to make those movements and make those emotes more realistic and to really look like what you're doing behind the screen yourself, right? And a lot of this is powered by such technologies. When we talk about AI powered VTubers or AI powered avatars, we don't mean like that they are operating with their own intelligence or something. It's more like you guys are being powered by technologies in the background.
So you're saying that like the motions that VTubers have and like the expressions that we have are powered by AI?
No, but there is some tools out there that makes your rigging even more realistic than others. So some are 100% manual, right? Whatever you're doing with your actual body, how you're moving your face, how you're throwing yourself around in your seat, right, is reflected in your character. But there are some pretty cool new tools out there that make those moves even more realistic and are learning every day from your emotes that you do during your streams to improve your movements over time. So that is AI powered. That's what we mean. Are you using any tools you know of that are backed by technology like that?
I actually don't know of any technology backed by AI. As far as rigging goes, that's all manually done by
Yeah, you would think
artists.
so. Yeah, you would think so. But dig into the tools that you're using more. And typically, like, they will say things like, we record all of your movements to help improve our services, right? That's typically a line that you would see in, like, I don't know, a website of one of the tools that you use. What that means, they're actually recording all of your moves that you're doing during your streams, so that the program can become smarter over time. Right? It can learn like the mistakes that the model is making. It can learn how you're typically using their technology over time. And they're also capturing a whole lot of data from what you guys are doing. And the reason the companies are doing this, they're technology companies, right? They use data 100% to improve their service over time. And this is artificial intelligence. It's using data to make like predictable changes in technology and improve a service. So check out some of the tools that you're using. Actually, I would encourage everyone to do that. If there's a statement like, we record some content, or we use your data to improve our service over time, that's exactly what they mean.
I mean, can you name a program that uses like the AI learning algorithms in order to improve facial tracking or body tracking via webcam? Or like, can you name a VTuber that uses that?
No, I can do some research for you. And I want to clarify that they're actually not algorithms. So an algorithm basically is something that comes together and pulls data together in order to make like certain suggestions or recommendations or create an experience moving forward. What they are doing is using all of your data. Same with Twitch, right? They use all of your data, every single thing that you say to your audience, every single video that you put online. They're capturing all of this data, and they are using big machine learning models in order to improve their service. This is just like absolute normal play today. Even Twitter, right? X, every single thing that you say on X today, that you tweet, or everything that you say in a Twitter spaces, they are using to train their AI models in real time. How do you, are you, like, how do you feel about X now and Twitter now with the announcement of Grok, their new machine learning model, which has been trained on all of the user data and continues to every day? Like, I've been talking to many people, and some people are like, we don't care, we're going to keep using X. Then some people actually have already left the platform, which that's super brave.
I
Like,
haven't I
how
haven't
do
really
you
looked
feel?
into what X is doing with their Grok platform, but I mean, I'm just a little confused, I guess, where you're telling me to look into the tools that I use for what
Do
I
you want to
do.
share? I'll do a little bit of homework for you. Are you open with sharing which tools that you use with the community? Or if you're not, maybe if you don't want to say in this
I'm
stream, you
I'm
can
using
DM me.
VC Face, but they don't do rigging for me.
Okay, VC Face. All right, cool. I will check them out after, and I can share some of those findings. Anyone who's interested, I can share them with
If
you
you
as
if you
well.
manage to find AI learning in VC Face, I'd be very interested to see that.
Of course, but I
But
just want
the
to say, like, this is completely normal today. Like, every single software company, every single tech company, no matter what they are doing, are absolutely using your data to improve their services. And that process itself is called artificial intelligence. You know, it's taking data to make something smarter. And I want to say that it's 100% normal today, and every single software company is doing it. But I will check VC Face and come back to you.
That's perfectly fine. It's just usually when you get rigging done, whether you're a 3D model or a 2D model, it comes from an artist. They manually rig all of the points, all of the bones, everything that happens in your model, and it also
Yeah.
is dependent on the artist who makes the actual art for the model as well. They have to do tons of cutting, and there are AI tools that now can make the cutting a bit easier. I don't know how many artists use that, but
Yeah.
I've seen that promoted on Twitter before.
Nice. Okay, I will check it out. Thank you for sharing.
No problem. And like we brought up, the Reflect Festival 2023 conference, I wanted to ask, you said it was fine to play a clip from that. Let me bring up one of those clips. I'll have to switch my my screen here. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Okay, let me just move this over to the side so people can see.
What we're talking about today actually was a cultural phenomenon born in Japan in the year 2007 with something called Vtubers, virtual identities. I want to introduce you to Hatsune Miku, which was the first AI-powered pop star. She was the first artist in the world to prove that an artificial intelligence could build an audience of millions, could captivate the hearts and the minds of millions of fans in Japan, but also around the world. This is her performing a live show in 2017.
So this was you talking about Hatsune Miku and prefacing Hatsune Miku with talking about VTubers and how she was powered by AI. And so I wanted to ask, why did you say that you were there to talk about VTubers and then bring up Hatsune Miku?
I actually couldn't hear that clip. I don't know if it's something with Discord when I'm dialing in by a voice call, but I think I remember what I said there. Mm-hmm. So this conference is a big tech conference in Cyprus, and they asked me to come and give a talk to their audience about the future of AI agents. Okay. And for those of you who aren't aware, an AI agent is basically like a computer assistant, right? You can set up, if you're like a corporate person, you can set up your own AI assistant to help you with emails or booking meetings or helping with daily tasks. For those of you who aren't in business, maybe you want an everyday assistant for your life, right? So that can maybe help with giving you restaurant recommendations or like travel tips, I don't know. And so that was the theme of the conference talk. It was how to program your own agent. It wasn't like a pitch for my company. It wasn't a talk to introduce myself. It was an educational presentation about how the people in the audience who were like investors and business people could go ahead and program their own agent, right?
Well, right, but I mean, if they're going to be programming their own agent, what does that have to do with VTubers or Hatsune Miku being a VTuber or being AI?
Yeah, I'm getting there. So that was, okay, that was that's okay. That was the first, that's like why I went to this conference, right? And then what many people are doing with their agents, they're actually creating a character or creating an avatar, or they're even using some of their like favorite fictional characters as their assistants. So I don't know, imagine having Pikachu, right? Can be like your daily like assistant, offering you food tips, restaurant advice, whatever. So at the beginning of this talk, I wanted to share with the audience that the concept of like character assistants or character entertainers is not new. This is not a new concept today, right? It actually has been going on for a long time where people have been using characters to express themselves on the internet. And I wanted to introduce them to the concept of VTubers. And then I said, if you play back again, the beginning of the VTuber industry was inspired by something that happened in 2007. And this is where I talked about Kizuna being a virtual idol, a virtual entertainer, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't call her a VTuber because she is not that. She is a virtual idol. And when I say she was the first AI-powered virtual idol that was able to gather an audience of millions, is because they use like synthesized voice technology that takes the voice of a voice actor, right? Like a 3-hour set of voice data from a voice actor, and using voice synthesis technology, which is AI powered back then and it still is now today, can actually create new content based off that. So by taking a sample of voice, you know, me talking about, I don't know, Tokyo, using this technology, which she was created with, can actually help her sing or can help her talk about other things. So this is what I mean by she is AI powered. I did not mean that she has her own vivid intelligence and personality and is operating without a voice actor, right? I just wanted to clarify this. And this segment also is just a couple of moments before I go into the section about how to actually program your own assistant if you want to.
Okay. On that, so you're saying that both Kizuna Ai and Hatsune Miku are using the Vocaloid technology to synthesize their voices.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no AI technology when Hatsune Miku was created, and there's no technology using AI for Hatsune Miku right now. Do you know what like Vocaloid synthesizing technology is?
Yes. But please tell us about it. Would you like to share how that works from a technology perspective?
I know I'm going to get backlash because I don't particularly like Vocaloid music. I've never been like super interested in it, but to my understanding, Miku is a sample-based synthesizer, like you said. Voice samples are provided. I think her specific voice actor is Saki Fujita. And Miku is not so much a VTuber or a persona. She's more like a piano that a person plays. And an example of like newer technology with AI-based synth would be like Synthesizer V, or in the newest Yamaha technology Vocaloid 6, which Miku is not included in, and that was released in 2022. By this point, Miku had already been moved over to Pia Pro, which is her company's Krypton's new service for making the Vocaloid technology. And I called it Vocaloid already, making the synthesizer technology. She was moved over in 2019, and the Pia Pro has no AI tech included. And so someone using Hatsune Miku with the voice samples from Saki Fujita typically are still needing knowledge in like music theory, drawing the notes, writing the lyrics. It's not like an AI prompt like with art or with writing.
Exactly, 100%. Like this technology is not considered AI in the sense of AI today, right? It can't like adapt and make decisions on its own. This is what I mean. Like the technology backing these virtual entertainers is not that they are alive, right? What it is, it's simply taking data, like the sound of someone's voice, the tone of someone's voice, and different like speech mannerisms, and using that to create similar samples of voice. That has been going on for like 30 years now. This is not new technology, but it is absolutely different to the sense of like what is considered AI today. And that is the difference here. Like it is not generative AI at all. It's basically taking like lyrics, taking melodies from a song that a songwriter has produced and generating new songs or new lyrics and melody based off that. That is not new technology. It's coming to light now with generative AI, but this is not new, guys. Anyway, I think we're boring some people now.
I mean, you got to get into the technical details. If people get bored by the technicals, then like whatever, dude. But like, if you're gonna say that the technology that's always been around has always been AI, then why has Yamaha like rebranded their new packaging with the AI tag on it? Why has Miku been left out from the specifically branded AI technology?
Girl, I have no idea. This is, I'm not following Yamaha products at all. Like, I have literally no idea. It's not my thing.
Yamaha's the one that made the Vocaloid product that Miku was originally, created in as an instrument.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can get back to you on that one.
That's fine. And you mentioned the Kizuna clip, so I'll play that for my audience really quickly since you already touched on it, just so they have the context of what you were talking about. So
yeah,
give me just 1 second.
All right.
Next, I want to introduce you to my friend Kizuna. Kizuna is another AI-powered digital entertainer, and she amassed in her first year of being an artist 4 million subscribers on YouTube. This is her performing a concert in Tokyo to 120,000 fans in the audience.
I think the rest of this clip is just her concert, and that was the end of the commentary. Next. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I'm making everything Everything normal here.
Amazing, as
And
you should.
you said also that Kizuna wasn't a VTuber earlier. Kizuna is a VTuber. She's not the same as Miku. She's not a synthesized voice. She doesn't have like voice banks that they pull from and use as an instrument. Kizuna was actually literally a VTuber with a person behind her. And the boom of the VTuber industry is typically like credited to her for her explosion in changing the content creator atmosphere with something so new. She also doesn't have any AI power behind her. The AI is part of her K-fob. I like to pronounce it K-fob, but I pronounce it wrong every single time, according to everyone. You guys in chat. But she also, like, that's just part of her K-fob. It's part of her lore. She's not actually AI. There is no AI technology behind Kizuna as far as the avatar has gone from this point. And then there was a huge controversy where in 2019 she announced having clones, which made sense in terms of the lore and her being AI. However, the audience had massive backlash to the point where her parent company, Activate, lost $6.1 million from them not addressing what happened with the original VA, letting rumors and conspiracies go on for too long, and that ultimately resulted in her releasing a video on her channel complaining about all the comments, the original, not the clones, getting replaced, which she hadn't been. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done. People were already, upset and fed up, and people had already thought that she got completely replaced. And the clones were given their own models later on, their own personas. But this whole controversy proves that the person behind the model matters. It can't just be an AI voice or a soulless model. It matters to the people.
1,000%. I always say, like, the human mind is the soul of a VTuber, and that it's incredibly important that we preserve that. And so that's why, we are building technology now to help you guys, like, preserve, like, your mind and protect it. And I spoke on the last AMA about our voice ID technology, which allows you to, like, fingerprint your voice so no one can use your voice or use your, like, intelligence and personality to create their own content using all of these, like, very advanced generative AI tools now, right? By having your own voice fingerprinted, you'll be able to track down anything that is going on like that. So absolutely, I fully agree. The human mind is the soul of a VTuber. And together, like us being the technology partner and you guys being the community, can come together and build this technology that you need together. Do you feel like companies like, I guess, what are you guys using most, right? You're probably the most engaged on both Twitter and Twitch, I'm guessing, you personally. Like, are you feeling like these companies are hearing you about these worries? Do you feel like they're working fast enough to build technology to protect you in this new era? Like, what is your feeling towards them?
I mean, if people use my content to react to, I feel like that's pretty normal in a content creator atmosphere. Like, after
Not
this
react.
interview,
I mean, if someone was to, like, clone your voice and create maybe a new character, or even take your model and steal your voice and start streaming on their own pretending to be you, like these kinds of things, which is absolutely going to happen in the next couple of years.
and
I'm
that's
asking,
when you can copyright strike someone if they're quite literally impersonating you.
Yeah, but that's like a copyright strike is like, that's the bare minimum that you can do. I think that this is going to be much more serious, right? People impersonating you is so dangerous. Imagine like the type of dangerous situations your fans could get into if they were not interacting with the real you, right? We have a very dangerous future ahead of us if technology companies like us don't step forward and build technology to protect you. So my question is, do you feel heard by Twitch? Do you feel heard by Twitter? And do you trust them to fix their platforms to protect you in this new era?
Well, I mean, when satire accounts became indistinguishable from the real accounts, when Elon Musk first took over Twitter and made some changes, he corrected that pretty quickly and started banning satirical accounts that didn't look like satirical accounts. They had to actually put flags in their usernames so that people would know that they're not actually the person that they're pretending to be.
Yeah, a flag. I think that's a good, like, very early step. But this technology is becoming so advanced now, guys. Like, with 3 minutes of your voice, I can like create very simply using a platform called 11 Labs. I'm sure maybe you know about them.
Hmm.
I can create an exact replica of your voice that is indistinguishable from you. That is such a dangerous situation. First of all, people are going to be like abusing all of this public content. Like every video you guys have ever done on Twitch, they own that data, Twitch, right? That this is what I mean. They are using your videos that you publish every day and you stream every day to make their platform even smarter. So like, I mean, your content is already being stolen for many, many years. But this next generation of Gen AI and content in this new era, that stealing of content is going to become more and more serious and more dangerous. People will be able to create an exact replica of you. And I don't think that's fair, right? It goes back to intellectual property. You have spent years developing your character, right? You said you've been doing this since 2018. That's like
Hmm.
5 years. 5 years of hard work, 5 years of creativity, 5 years of spending so much money, right? And then someone else can simply come along, they can like use all of your live streams and sample your voice and create an exact replica of you. And that is so not okay. And I don't think that the big tech companies like YouTube, Meta, Twitch, they are doing nothing about this. Like I'm in tech, I'm speaking with these founding teams very often. They're not doing anything. And you know why? Because their business model is centralized. The more content that is uploaded to their platform, the more advertising that they can sell, right? Or the more data they can capture and sell. Their business model is centralized. They will never bring out technology to stop this from happening. You can only rely on a next generation of companies like us, the smaller startups that are not owned by a group of like 10 male shareholders sitting on the top floor of an office building making decisions for their pockets.
Why do
But
the
like,
shareholders being male matter?
no, of course, I'm a female founder. Trust me, I don't need to talk about that. I but I'm saying you guys can trust emerging platforms and startups to change this for you because the big guys are not going to do it. It goes against their business model. They will never make these changes. You can only rely on new emerging companies.
I mean, maybe I'm not a like lawyer, so I don't know all the ins and outs of the laws about this. But it's not really something I have felt too worried by because I know there's impersonation laws already in place to protect people from kinds of things like that. And even
But
even if someone got away with it for a small period of time, like I've seen larger VTubers have impersonation accounts on Twitter before, they typically get taken down decently quickly.
yeah, I mean, I think different people in the community have different opinions because while you say, it's not something that you've even thought about or care about, there are other people in this community that are so like worried about this. And this is where this entire like misinformation about our company has come from, was because there was like a big worry that we were doing this, right? Because I spoke about the concept of how to train an agent at this conference. So there was like thousands of people communicating on Twitter about their worry about this. This tech company from Sweden is coming. They're going to
Can you
clone us. They're going to
can you
replicate us.
Okay, so you're saying people worried about your company specifically.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, just
So I
just to
think
kind
there's
of
different opinions in the community, right? Like some people have never thought about it like you and don't care because, you do your thing. Then there are the others people that are like super worried about this. And we want to do something about that. We have the power to build tech for you guys. It's kind of a unique situation where you have a voice in the development of a platform from day one. You guys can vote for like what service you want or what you want us to change or what you want us to build. Like I don't think a community has really ever had the chance to build a platform from day one before, and we want to do that with you guys. So yeah, that's
building the community platform. I have another question about the Reflect Festival video as well.
yeah.
You changed the title of the video from VTubers and the Future of AI Powered Avatars to VTubers. Or I'm sorry, it's changed. I haven't refreshed my page. You changed it to the future of digital clones and AI powered agents. Was there a reason for this title change?
So the official title of my talk was The Future of Digital Clones and the Power of AI Agents. That's the 100% like official talk that was advertised. It's on the festival website. It's on like the timing and the schedule. Like that is the official one. I think whoever uploaded the video just named it whatever they thought the video was about, right? And I spoke about virtual idols in there, so changed the title to VTubers. I'm not sure. I don't have that information, but
Was it just
I
like
made
an
sure
intern miscommunication that happens?
I'm not sure. I don't know who uploaded the video, but my fault for not communicating the actual title of the talk. So I take full responsibility for that. I should have sent them the official talk name to upload.
Okay. And then again on the same topic of this conference video, you had copyright striked several channels, not you specifically, but like someone in your company, for making the videos criticizing the lack of knowledge that was showcased in the conference video. Your defense of this was saying that the entire 30-minute video was played without pausing and without commentary, and that was like stealing the content. You asked how like people would feel if that was done to them. The video was around 13 minutes, unless there's a longer one that I just can't find somewhere. And then you had a tweet responding to Murray. He said that he had listened to the AMA space that you had posted. It's no longer here. And he didn't hear Curry's video mentioned. Is it possibly meant to link to a different AMA? And you responded, "We don't discuss hate videos. We cleared up what misinformation was being spread, including said video." And I'm just wondering if you feel like you might have not given a copyright strike in reality here, like you might have done it out of criticism.
I mean, there are so many videos, right? Like I think maybe 100. 99.9% of them used different clips. So they cut up the video, they added commentary, they played 5 or 10 minutes of it and added their thoughts. And that is super fair, right? We love debate. We love criticism. It helps us learn and do better. Those are fine. I believe there are 2 videos in question here that included the full screen recording of the entire speech. And in general, if you are the copyright holder of something like a scripted speech, it is a type of copyrighted work, just like a film script is. If a talk has been written and performed by you, you have 100% copyright over that. And so that is our policy, right? If someone is going to replay in full our entire copyrighted speech that was written and performed by me, then that's standard company policy, and that allows us to operate in a legal way, right? But I said in one of my AMAs, what we encourage you guys to do is play it safe and not do anything illegal when it comes to written and performed works. So you can take up, I believe the limit is like 15 seconds actually in court.
Well,
the legal limit.
Even aside of that, because you posted this tweet saying that you don't discuss hate videos, doesn't like it.
I don't know. I don't know that tweet. Sorry, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that tweet.
I was just, I guess, wondering, because you have to submit like your full name or your company name, and you have to have a signature. Does that mean that someone who submitted the strike possibly perjured themselves if they were saying that it was done based on it being a hate video?
I mean, we definitely would have never said that. I think that maybe someone has like faked that tweet or something. We would definitely never copyright something because it was talking badly about me. That is so weird. No, of course, we just do not allow any full clips of copyrighted speeches online, just like a TED Talk, right? Okay. If one of you guys had taken a full 30-minute TED Talk of somebody, you can't publish that online. It's illegal. And I'll give you an example. If you spent 6 months writing an anime film, right? You wrote the script for the characters, you worked on it, you produced the anime film. How would you feel if someone screen recorded that entire 30-minute written piece of work by you, played it on their YouTube channel, and then monetized it? Kind of not cool, right? And when we are in the business, Asmongold.
Yes.
No, Asmongold.
Asmongold.
I need to go in exactly 6 minutes. I hope that's okay.
That is perfectly
fine.
But
it would be cool to, like, maybe we can I don't know, talk about something like productive or some, I would love to hear some like feedback from the community rather than talking about like,
I mean, I feel like this is productive because these are the questions that people wanted to hear answers to.
okay.
What in your mind is productive?
I would love to know the biggest problems that you guys as a community is facing right now that I can help solve. That is a productive use of my time, I think, and our time together, right? I want to hear like, what are your biggest worries right now? Are you
Well,
feeling
like
like,
what
in
our
this,
worry is right now is wanting to know more about you, about the VTuber awards, about the companies that you manage. That's what people
but
are
what
wanting
about
to
your
know about.
career? Like, I don't want to like talk about us all the time. We want to get to know you better. Like, do you feel like your careers right now are working very well? Do you feel like you have all the tools you need? Do you feel like you can monetize the best way possible? Like, we want to talk about you guys, not always about us, because that's how we can make real value here, you know? So, I mean, that's what I would love to talk more about on these AMAs and talk more about on these interviews is less about us and more about you guys.
Well, I mean, since you're setting up a VTuber award thing, it kind of is intrinsic with what we are, right? And I guess I could bring me to on the Global VTuber Award website, right? It has some terms of use in the terms and conditions, where
Yeah.
it says, please note that by creating an account with Logscast for the Global VTuber Award, you will not have an active profile in any of Logcast apps or platforms. Does that
Yeah.
mean it won't have an active account, or we'll have like a hidden private account somewhere that we can choose to activate in the future?
We need you to give us your email address so we can communicate with you for the awards. It is like the most basic
Mm-hmm.
term and condition for online competition, guys. We need to firstly let you know if you've been nominated, or we need to update you on the progress of the campaign. And how do we do that? It's through email, guys. Like, please, this is the most standard term and condition on a competition ever, right? It's
I mean,
our way to
people have
communicate with
been
you.
burned by like even VTuber companies before, like just running off with
Exactly.
models and stuff. So that's why people are highly, suspicious here. So they want an explanation, and I think that's fine, even if it's simple.
But this is exactly what I would love to talk about in these AMAs. I want to understand like what has happened to you guys before. I mean, what I have seen on the internet in the last 2 weeks since kind of all of this like FUD started has made me so worried. I really want to know like what has happened to you guys. Like, I want to understand like which companies have hurt you, what did they do to you, like have you been lied to, have you been tricked? Like, I want to understand this better
A
because
lot of
what
companies
I
have done that because it's very easy to take advantage of newcomers to the industry and say, you're new, we want to support you, we want to do all these things, you only have 10 viewers, we're going to help you get massive, we're going to give you all this support. And then it turns out that they get nothing in return, and their company ends up doxing them and putting out their real life information, and it just becomes this whole cluster ball of terrible things happening to people who just didn't know what they were doing when they signed contracts.
Exactly. And I think that like the more awareness that we can drive about this, like the more we can do about it, you know? And I need to learn more about what has happened to you guys because we are not trying to do that. We have the most genuine intentions, right? We want to build technology to help you firstly be more creative and then also earn a living from your creativity. Because and the reason why we always talk about small VTubers is not because we want to like hijack you or trick you or something. It's simply because the big platforms like Twitch, they monetize their own company based off big VTubers, right? The biggest streamers, because they're the ones that have the most viewers. And that's how their business model works. But with new technology today, there are new business models which streaming platforms can use, which actually like benefits small VTubers. That's why we always talk about it so much. Like our Oshi platform, for example, you should not use Oshi if you want to get like 1 million views on a video, right? That's not what it's for. Oshi is to help you build a close community and a close relationship with your super fans. It's a membership
And
platform, right?
would you say that like the Global VTuber Awards is sort of like marketing and exposure to get people interested in Oshi?
Of course, we want to have as much understanding of this community as possible. We want to be out there. We want to host events. We're hosting one on Saturday here in Tokyo. 100 people will be coming. Like, we want to get to know you guys so much better, and we want to create an IRL community as well, like offline. So the more like whether it's a competition or it's community meetups, we want to start doing them in every city. I think you guys voted a few weeks ago for like where you are, like Paris or New York, right? We want to start doing these community
VTubers,
pop-ups.
like a huge thing about VTubers is they use an avatar, so they don't have to, show their personal information, like their personal body and whatever. Most VTubers that go to conventions, they do it through a screen. VShoho has like a cute little signing thing, so they can sign through the computer screen and give autographs. Most VTubers don't go in person, so I'm a little confused as to why people would really be interested in doing something like that. And I know I have to let you go really quickly, but one more
we will
condition.
also do them in VR chat, by the way. For the people that aren't comfortable coming out, we will do a VR chat so you can still participate. But actually, we get lots of DMs from people saying, hey, I would actually really be up to come to a community meetup if it's intimate and if it's a safe space of just my peers. So other VTubers, maybe in the same like smaller community or friendship circles. If it's a safe space, actually you guys want to come. We get these messages every day. So yeah, of course there's many of you that don't feel comfortable and would prefer VR chat, but there's also a group of people that would love to meet IRL, as long as if it's a safe space for you, which we are going to try our best to do. The first one is this Saturday.
Well, I hope that goes very well. I know you said you had to keep the location secret because of harassment received, and I'm very sorry that has happened, and it shouldn't happen. Really quick, before you go, I have one more question about the terms and conditions on the Global VTuber Awards. In point 9, it says, by participating in the competition, you grant Logcast AB the right to use your name, likeness, and content for promotional purposes for the competition. Is that just for this Global VTuber Awards? Is it going to be for Oshi or for Logcast or for future Global VTuber Awards? Or what is going to be the like ownership going on there?
This is also very standard, and this term allows us to list your nominee card on the website so your fans can vote for you. Your name, your picture will not be anywhere else except for on the nominations website so people can vote.
Okie dokie. And I'm sure you don't have time for anything else, unfortunately.
I need to go because I have another meeting, which I'm 1 minute overdue for, but super happy to jump on again if you guys have any more questions. Like, I've really enjoyed this. I said to you before we started the call, I appreciate tough questions, right? Because it helps us do better. So please keep them coming. But I thank you for welcoming me on your show. It's been fun.
I'm very glad you offered to be here, and thank you for being so cordial the whole time. I do appreciate it.
No, of course. Thank you for welcoming us. That's pretty cool. We appreciate all of your hard work that you have done for this community. 5 years. That's super impressive. Are you tired yet, or you still get a lot of energy?
I still have a lot of energy. I usually clock in at my normal time somewhere around like 700 to 1,000 concurrent viewers, but I am essentially a small fish in a large pond. I'm not a very well-known person.
Oh no, I can tell you still have a lot of energy, so that's cool and inspiring. But okay, guys, it was really nice to speak with you. I hope I have the chance to chat with some of you again. Enjoy your nights ahead or days, wherever you are.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Go enjoy your other meeting.
Bye, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Oh man, knowing how little time I had, I did not get even like halfway through all of my questions. I tried my best, chat. I tried my best. I had so many more questions that I wanted to ask. If she goes on with Murray can use the rest of my questions because I have it very well organized, and I think he would probably do very well adding this to his collection. It spoke volumes. I did amazing. I tried. I really wanted to have longer, and I really wanted to get through all the questions. I had so many articles up on the screen, man. I had so many up. I was like, I know maybe sometimes I should cut someone off when they go into corpo speak, but like I like letting people speak when they're trying to answer a question, even if I know they're saying not much at the time. I did very well. I tried, I got nervous a few times. You'd have at least burst out laughing. Oh man, there were a few times where I was like, I'm a nice person. Well done. Thank you, Murray. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask more questions. I didn't even get to go into them having like the IP rights for HoloLive because they dodged the question in a Twitter space before. And it's really weird to me because if you have the rights to use another company's intellectual property and you're using it publicly, that means that you can publicly state that you have some sort of an agreement. Even if you have an NDA that prevents you from going into detail about what exactly that agreement is, you still have that agreement. I learned that from GameForge. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Did I catch her getting Miku and Kizuna mixed up? Yeah, no, we went over that. You didn't know they had IP rights to Holo. Usually when a collaboration like this happens, it's a temporary contract, which is again like in Azure Lane when they sign contracts to be able to use like the likenesses of the HoloLive girls or the likenesses of like other intellectual property like anime stuff that they have in there. It's a temporary contract, which is why those typically don't get rerun because they would have to renew a contract to be able to use them again as promotional material. Started being defensive. Oh my god. Like a temp licensing agreement? Yeah. Or like they have an agreement where it's like you can use it in this kind of scope and there's, you know, not like a specific time limit on it. Thank you for the treat. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I was trying my best. And then one big thing that I am really sad I didn't get a chance to get to because I was organizing the interview in like talking about her beliefs, talking about like the AI in general and like what they want to do, and then going through the VTuber awards and then getting into the nitty-gritty of the other companies. And one thing I really wanted to ask was, why is the Oshi website the exact same website as Logcast? They are literally the same. Barely tell the difference between them. And then when you click on Explore on Oshi, it takes you to the Apple Store to download Logcast. And like, I understand. I was told that the Oshi app isn't coming out until December, so this could just be a complete placeholder website. But it's still very weird that it redirects you to Logscast. I keep putting an S in Logscast like I put a D in Asmongold. And then I have the Crowdcube page for Logcast as well, where down here it says that the company's business model is twofold: building creator tools on the consumer side and building a massive database of voices on the commercial side. What are they going to do with a commercial database of voices? Is this in their, like, a EULA somewhere? Where you consent to having your voice just, like, placed into a database? I don't understand that, and I really wanted to ask about that. And then Logcast is looking to develop their own ad tech to power the next wave of businesses in the voice web. And this sentence at the end here makes me wonder, because she's talked about the revenue splits on Oshi, where it is 80-20, where they get 20%, creators get 80, creators get 100% of all donations that come in, and then creators only have to pay like a 5%, I think it was, fee on the NFMs, which are the non-fungible memories, which are NFTs, but for your voice. And so I'm wondering, since she said there's going to be no ads whatsoever on the platform, they're developing their own ad tech. So what is their own ad tech going to entail? Murray, I hope you're taking notes. I'm relying on you tomorrow, man. And then I have another article by Logcast. By 2020, the metaverse will have more avatars than real people. If you scroll down about halfway, but here's the catch. The VTuber industry is not without its challenges. Creating compelling content as a VTuber requires a significant investment of time, effort, and resources. Human operators must diligently live stream, animate, and interact with their audiences, often adhering to strict streaming schedules and maintaining a consistent online presence. This process limits the scalability and growth potential of VTubers, as the human factor inevitably restricts the number of individuals who can operate as VTubers at any given time. And this sounds like word for word repeat of what Kwebbelkop was saying, where Kwebbelkop was saying he wants to remove the human element from content creation to allow him to live a life while his AI persona makes money for him. And I feel like if you're going to do nothing but ingest AI created content, that kind of is soulless, is it not? And why would you want to remove the soul from content creation? And especially when it comes to live stream settings, people come to live streams because they want the interaction. They want the feeling of the community that the streamer has cultivated. They want to essentially safeguard the user's identity, which might be part of the voice logs. That could potentially counter-clone your voice as a detector. At least that's your devil's advocate argument. I don't think there's a devil's advocate argument to be had here. This is real journalism. And then, but wait, there's more! We have this from 2022, the Global NFT Summit, how to launch a business in Web3 with NFTs.
At Logcast, we believe the next generation of social media is not about sharing content, but it's actually about sharing experiences. So we have built a platform that allows you to mint your memories and experiences as NFTs.
Yeah, that's the same woman. She's behind me, though. She's on this side.
And a marketplace that lets you trade them with your friends. We do this through our own tech, which we call NFMs, or non-fungible memories. We've been building this tech for 2 years, and our mobile app has been live in beta for 1 year. We're based out of Stockholm, Sweden, and we have users in more than 60 countries around the world now. I'm so excited to share more with you.
So if she and her company have been developing this non-fungible memory voice NFT technology for 3 years, all right? My question was, why would she want it in Logcast but not in Oshi? That's a great question. Hold on a second. I have to remember which article it's in here. It is... It is in Chrome. It is my Chrome browser because I have to translate it from Japanese. And since it is translated from Japanese, there is always a chance that it is not translated fully correctly into English. This is talking about her company. It is called a Shibuya Ward-funded venture support company led by a former Google president has started in earnest. Announcement of 11 supporting companies. This is the Shibuya startup thing that she's talked about multiple times, where the Shibuya startups pays a host of companies that they want to help grow, and her company is one of the ones that is listed in here, and it begins, in addition to distributing audio content for free, NFT technology can be used to sell content for a fee by setting a price. As streaming music has become mainstream, it has become difficult for artists to profit from distribution platforms. On the other hand, with Logcast, if you have fans who support you, even just a few people, you can pay them to support you. It will be a service that can help artists and creators monetize. And that's a quote from her. And then the article continues, in Japan, it, being Logcast, is sold under the name Oshi. We are currently conducting demonstration experiments in partnership with Bandai Namco and Warner Music Japan. The company is planning to launch a new voice AI service for VTubers, voice actors, anime characters, etc., and is working to acquire partners. Mr. Watanabe also said, it is said that more than 70% of VTubers are in Japan. The VTuber market is expected to rapidly expand into the global market, so we want to keep an eye on it. And there were multiple things here. Before I even found this article, I had already known that they had a partnership with Bandai Namco and Warner Music, and I wanted to know what exactly this partnership entailed, because Bandai Namco has already rolled out completely AI-powered VTubers. They have an AI-powered VTuber that is 100% AI. It is not piloted by a human, it's AI. And so I'm wondering what exactly her partnership, or her company's partnership rather, I'm not directing it at her entirely. I'm wanting to know what her company's partnership with Bandai is. And also, this could, again, just be a mistranslation, since this is an article being translated into English from Japanese. I can't read Japanese, so I could be missing context. But the article states that Logcast is just being renamed Oshi in Japan. And if Logcast is literally just being sold under a different name in a different region, that means that the NFM technology is in Oshi inherently. So I wanted to ask about that. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. Many such cases. many such cases. My ending question, should I have gotten through everything, was I wanted to know what was in it for them as a company. They keep wanting to push the like altruistic, we want to help VTubers, we want to foster a safe community, we want to, you know, not have a toxic community. But it's like, no corporation does something out of the goodness of their heart. And if you believe that a corporation cares about you, man, have I got some bridges I can sell you, man. So if a company's not selling a product, typically you are the product, and you have to figure out how you are the product if you are not directly buying something from them. And so I wanted to know where's the fucking profit? Where are they getting the profit from? Twitch and YouTube are struggling and have had adpocalypses multiple times because even with ad revenue, they can't keep themselves afloat. So like, what the fuck? How? Where's the money? Man, I managed to go this entire time without swearing until now. I'm so good, dude. A bridge I could sell you is an insanely apt comparison. Speaking of selling things you don't actually own. Man. So, that was... I feel like I did a pretty okay job. If Murray, if your thing is still going on tomorrow, I have no problem giving you the rest of my questions so you can finish up what I started. Fucking tag in, dude. Did great despite the stonewalling. I tried. Incredible job not laughing. I am a professional interviewer. Even if I heavily disagree with who I'm interviewing or I think something they say is silly, it's not my job to insult them. It's not my job to make fun of them. All right, it's my job to just get the information. That's what real journalists do. Fuck you, Dextero and BuzzFeed! Can't wait to watch the VOD. You missed it. Don't worry. For people who hate Twitch, I'll be putting it on YouTube. There's a difference between silly and whatever the fuck was happening here. The run by men, that caught me off guard. I was not expecting, like, I was just nodding along with the corpo speak, and then she was just like, the board's entirely men, and I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. I was like, I have to interrupt her. I can't just stay quiet on this one. What? Oh man, that's unfortunate. I was like, I hope it was just unfortunate wording, but you know. They'll use an AI Kirsche to run HelloFresh ads. HelloFresh, leave me the fuck alone. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh god. I should have interrupted her more. I mean, probably. I'm not a professional interviewer. I like letting the person speak. I have that problem where like when they start going into corpo talk, I should interrupt, you're right. But like I don't. You love the immediate backtrack when she realized I was not going for it with the men comment. It's like, I tried to phrase it as a, like, what did you mean by that? But I probably came off a little too, what did you mean by that? You hate interviews that are just constant interruption? Sometimes you have to. I like, when you watch, like, politicians get interviewed, the interviewer, if they're actually trying to do, like, a really good job, when the politician starts, like, giving the, like, wavering like, they ask a simple question, like, what is a flower? And the politician is like, well, you know, in society, there's a lot of different places that have grass, but we don't have enough grass in these certain areas, and so foliage is not able to grow. And when they start droning on like that, right, an interviewer is supposed to be like, okay, well, you need to I asked what a flower is. But it's like, if I start being a hard ass like that, like I'm not a journalist, right? If I start being a hard ass, you can also make the other person more defensive. So it's like, I don't know. I'm an amateur here. I'm not an actual journalist. I just practice ethical journalism. Shouldn't interrupt her. It was good letting her dig. I mean, that's what I like to do. I like to let them speak. I can understand why it can be detrimental, but you know. How'd it go, kids? Hello, Zychala. You loved when I pressed her to try and remember a VTuber she liked, and it's a name that was tried 2 years ago, and the VTuber goes by a different name now. I have no idea who Kaguya Luna is. she said that name, and I was like, well, fuck, that's not a VTuber I recognize, so like, I can't push, I don't know when they debuted. It's like, I can't push on that, because I don't know who the heck that is. Hold up. Miku's your favorite VTuber. Kaguya Luna's a fucking legend. I don't know. She's ancient and retired. She's a legend. She's an early holo, isn't she? I don't know. Pippa's gonna kill you. Oh my god. Kaguya Luna was one of the OGs. She was 70% as popular as Kizuna Ai in Japan back then. Like, I knew who Kizuna Ai was, but I didn't watch Kizuna Ai. So, Kaguya Luna was one of the original 5, like Kizuna. Okay. You like VTubers, name all of them. Well, that wasn't the question, sir. It's incredibly telling that she couldn't even name a recent one. Kaguya Luna is considered one of the 4 heavenly kings. I feel like, as someone who doesn't like Vocaloid and who didn't watch VTubers when they first boomed in Japan, I have a decent canister of knowledge. I don't know everything, but I will never claim to know everything. Konnichiwa, konbanyo, oyasumi! Hello, Japanese words. Like how she started answering the question by appealing to compassion. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what this has to do with what is a VTuber, but like, okay. You must have missed something. Yep. Was the interview with the original time also supposed to only be an hour long? It was supposed to only be 30 minutes long. So she gave me more time than she was originally going to. And I am definitely appreciative of that. I'm definitely appreciative. I wish I had gotten longer even, but like, I'll take what I can get here. I'll take what I can get. I wanted information, and I think I got, well, not what I wanted, but I got information. And she had to admit in quote during the interview that they also earn a living from your creativity. We're talking about small VTubers, and the ones that got scammed by the corpos seemed predatory to you. Yeah, but I mean, if you don't know much about the VTuber industry, like, you're not gonna know what fucking Wactor is, you know? You're not gonna know about these fucking small companies. And I wanted to bring up smaller companies as well when I got into... Oh god, my hiccups are real bad. When I got into asking about the VTuber awards. Because in all of her Twitter spaces, she says that the focus of the VTuber awards is going to be on indie VTubers rather than corporate ones. And I wanted to know what her opinion of a corporate VTuber company is. Because there's smaller corporations like Phase Connect, Prism Project, Idlecore, VDare, Project Production Kawaii, Karai by Dare. It's like these corporations, they are still corporations. They do have a larger support system than any individual indie will have. But they're not HoloLive. They're not Niji Sanji. They don't have the type of like pull and like marketing that these big companies have. So, like, why would these talents from these companies be excluded when, for all intents and purposes, they're also, like, small and mid-sized VTubers? It doesn't make any sense to me. That they keep appealing to, like, this tiny percentage of VTubers, and they're just like, well, everybody else, no. It's just, like, it doesn't make sense. It's so gay! To start, when she talked about the VTubing industry, she sounded like one of the HR managers that are like, oh, in this company, we're a family. I was just like, where the fuck is she? I had a question in here about fucking VTweeters, chat! In one of the Twitter spaces. I had to pause and get up and, like, just clear my head for a second. Because in one of these Twitter spaces, she talked about, where is my question? Where's my question here? You mentioned in a Twitter space that pre-debut VTubers have an engaged audience. What is your metric for knowing these pre-debuts have an engaged audience, and what is your understanding of audience movement and retention between platforms? Nobody who knows anything about VTubing would say that pre-debut VTubers have an engaged audience. Some of these pre-debut VTubers who actually go on to become a VTuber, instead of being in perpetual years-long pre-debut, like we typically see, they'll debut to a massive audience, and then they'll see that audience shrink almost immediately after. Some have quit because of this. This is why established VTubers say, if you're starting out, don't spend like $10,000 on like top-of-the-line model, top-of-the-line rig, getting all of your overlays, animation MVs, Don't spend that before you actually stream. See if you like it and see if it's something you want to do long term. You can start out with low cost assets so you don't lose a ton of money. I was just like, you can't have like 35,000 followers on Twitter and expect that to translate even 50% onto viewers on YouTube or Twitch. Like, it just won't happen. The only ones you can see this happening is like the re-debuts in VShoho. Those are re-debuts from one corporation to another corporation, or they were already a large indie that took their persona with them. Or you make your own. Yeah, or make your own if you can do that. You can do it without any paid assets. Yeah, you can do it without any paid assets. Like, Flavor is an example of that. That is an example of an AI tool being helpful for someone who wants to see if they like VTubing or streaming in general, doesn't want to have cost associated with it or can't afford to, and they can use an AI tool to just get themselves set up in the beginning. Just hit the go live button first of all. You're getting started for free, doodling up the eye of a character. I'm going to be interested in this because I even asked in DMs, I asked if I could have a copy of the user agreement, the EULA for Oshi, so I could see what exactly would be required of people when they are signing up. Unfortunately, they don't have the EULA completely written out yet, as Oshi is not going to be debuting publicly until December. And I'm very interested in seeing what's going to happen when that happens, because we're close to December. We're getting pretty close. And Leni is also going to have her own VTuber avatar that she's debuting. When I was asking her for a picture to use for today's stream, because it's not a voice, it's a stream, she said that she has a VTuber, but she hasn't debuted it yet, so she doesn't want, images out there. And I was like, that's fine. Doesn't have to be a VTuber image. Like, it's I've had flesh people on stream before. Other flesh people and VTubers have done interviews and done stuff together. Not a big deal. They should have a EULA ready by now. I mean, they could have just told me that, right? Like, they could have just told me that because they don't want to give it out yet. That's a definite possibility. Murray's waiting room for his own interview tomorrow. Thank you, Ziz. Thank you, Ziz. You wouldn't doubt it. She actually has to go to another meeting. I mean, I'm not saying she was lying about that. I absolutely do believe she had to go to another meeting. There's no way she would have just, like, tried to scoot out. I knew ahead of time that she had another meeting, because that's why we had to reschedule from the 9 p.m. start time. That was to someone in chat. Oh, okay. Sorry, Potion Dweller. But yeah, to explain it, I guess, and somebody else in chat said it. Our original time was to talk in the interview at 9 p.m. We had to change the time because she had another meeting. So, like, even before she came on. So she's definitely not lying about that. I can 100% say with confidence. What was that interview? Hello. What you gathered is that she's a figurehead and saw an emerging market, barely learned about it, sought out venture capital investors or loans to start a business, and hoped she can hire employees to carry the business. When I looked through, I mean, like I said, I had the, what is it called? Crowdcube? I had their Crowdcube page, but also, if you look at, hold on, let me find it. If you look at this page, what is this? This is a dealroom.co. It shows you, like, their financials and whatnot. And it shows you, like, the type of ownership that is in the company. It shows you some of the names of the investors. This February 2020, 2 million Swedish kroner, I think is SEK. That one doesn't have anything attached to it. I think that's when they got their venture capital from one of, like it says Angel, from one of the like startup companies like Shibuya. So if you click on some of these names, though, one of these names, Simon Tellian, if you look at his experience, it's got cloud backend, advanced blockchain, and then some German company that also looks like it is possibly associated with Web3 nonsense. So considering he put up, and it doesn't say what the specific amounts are, but in this bracket, this was 20 million Swedish kroner in April 2021 by 3 people. So considering that somebody who backs Web3 and blockchain is a massive, massive investor in their company, I can't imagine it not being anywhere near that. And Logcast is very open. I keep adding the S. Logcast is very open about how they have the NFM technology, like you saw in the NFT summit from 2022 as well. They talk about how they've been developing the NFM technology. So, well, that's like a whole $3. The German company is a VC investment group. What's a VC? What is VC? That's 1.8 million USD. That's a lot. Be honest, how hard did I have to hold back my giggling? I mean, I take this shit seriously when I interview people. Again, even if I disagree with them, or even if they say something that I think is very silly, I'm not going to laugh at them in an interview. I like presenting myself in a professional manner when I talk to these people. Her insult was a low blow. Yeah, when she started getting passive aggressive about me not knowing about the program that I use, I was just like, man, I'm trying to be nice here, okay? There was a lot of patronizing, man. V-shoho, that's just how I pronounce it. I pronounce the J like, huh. I don't like saying V-shojo. It sounds silly. I like V-shoho. It sounds magical, women. You be nice. Yeah, I nice. I professional. Professional coconut foxu. Something tells you that she's gonna cancel on Murray. I hope not. She was very, very nice, very accommodating. I was very, very glad that she did the interview, and I will always hold to that. It's like if you're gonna be like a dick to people you interview, that's a good way to not have anyone else want to be interviewed by you. She was rude and condescending. You would make a terrible journalist because you would immediately call them out on it. Well, you know. Can't do that. And like, I know all of us are very jaded to everyone saying that they have received harassment and threats on Twitter, but like, I will be very fucking disappointed if anyone in my audience harasses that woman. So I'm gonna say it right now. I hope nobody goes and does anything like that, please. No matter how much you disagree with her, please, if you interact with her, if someone from the VTuber Awards like replies to your tweet or something, don't be an asshole. All right, okay? Noah Son Biker posting. You're new to the drama. What's been going on? It's just a global VTuber Awards thing. Everybody is like really paranoid. I think rightfully so, based on the information we have about a company wanting to do like AI cloning stuff with VTubers, trying to convince smaller VTubers that they're going to get a platform by being in an award show, by getting like some sort of VIP treatment, that these smaller VTubers are going to get enticed by it, and they're going to end up signing things to an Oshi website that they don't know what they're doing. You're more concerned that she's going to go pull a Candid Discord up? I remember talking about Candid. I don't remember fucking anything that happened with it. They're probably pivoting after panicking that the UFC NFT moments flopped. The pivot to VTubers is easy pump and dump of brand value, and it's a way to make their money with the devalued ETH, I know what that is, they have in their wallets. Interest rates go brr on their business plan. I mean, I'm not a crypto bro. I never mined Bitcoin when it was large because I didn't know how to. Like, I do not know much about, like, that fucking financial sector. That is not my forte. You honestly didn't mind? She was a little patronizing, but never mind. I mean, yeah, like, it's just what you do. When you interview people and you know, they get defensive, sometimes gonna happen. But I'm not gonna be a bitch about it. ETH is Ethereum. Yeah. Candid was weird. It was basically a big forum with a bunch of categories, but it was a gay op to train a censorship AI. Yeah, like, I remember all the big not VTubers. It's like when I called Kasim G my favorite VTuber, dude. I remember all the big YouTubers talking about the Candid shit. Like, I remember it. I just don't remember the details. Like, the name is familiar, but the brain gears, they aren't fucking turning, chat. Shoe shield for that shit. Man, some of those like skeptic sphere I did it again. VTubers, YouTubers have surprised me. Like when well, like Camelot drama was going on. That Star Wars girl defended him, and I was like, God damn, that's a name I only know because of Papa Gundam. You're gonna defend this weird shit? What are you doing? Candid with such a glow up and heartful opinions, and a great job calling it out. Yeah. One thing you remember from them is attacking Harmful over it. He did cover that stuff. Yes, I would love to say he did a good job, but I genuinely have no memory. My memory's so bad, chat. I'm sorry. She tried to pull the whole white men in corpo bad. That surprised me. Like, I literally got taken out of left field on that. Nothing had prepared me for her saying that, because she hadn't said anything like it before in any of the Twitter spaces. So I was like, what? Harmful basically had his life ruined over that shit. Well, I like hurtful onions. He's a nice man. So weird. It sort of tells you a lot. Well, chat, I might have had a massage today, but I only had 3 hours of sleep. I spent too much time having fun at the slumber party with my fish princess. So I streamed a fuck ton yesterday. I got 3 hours of sleep, had a massage, and then prepared for this interview. So I need to go die. Harmful's making video and streaming. Yeah, he rated my degeneracy collab with Pippa that we had a while ago. We were watching people be degenerate on Twitch. I was like, wait, is that the Harmful Opinions? And then Pipcoon made some hurtful onions art, and I thought it was cute. Did I ever actually draw anything? You went to bed 2 hours. Did you guys expect Mari_en and my fucking ass to not tangent for multiple hours? Are you kidding me? She's like the only other VTuber I can think of that literally unironically takes 3+ hours to get to the game she said she would play. She was scared of you. No, she wasn't. Maybe a little when I said I would cannibalize her, but you know, that's to be expected. Exactly what you expect. I'm so fucking bad at drawing, chat. I can't draw for shit. Fish love. You're surprised the tangents ended so soon? I was like, I don't know how deep I should go on some things, right? Like, you know, some of my lore, like, you guys are used to hearing, and it's fun to introduce new people to it, right? I was like, she actually explained stuff in a way that my coconut could understand as far as the bug fucking went. I mean, I was against the bug rape, right? But like, I didn't see the correlation with the zoophilia until she pointed it out, and I was like, okay, all right, okay, that's you're right. Okay, you're right. Pippa, I'm sorry. Pippa told you the same thing. Well, she didn't say it in a way my brain understood it. She didn't say it in a way my brain understood it. Maybe I was just like too deep in the fucking streamer juice. She had to bash my head in with the same thing 5 times. Yeah, right? ESL, both ESL and woman moment. But alright, let me see whomsted is online right now. I'm sure Pippa's streaming, but she's probably on YouTube. She's probably on the YouTube. I didn't know bug rape was bad. No, okay. When I was watching the video with Pippa, alright, when he started talking about raping the bugs, I said she was right. You don't rape the bugs. If you have to coerce them to do sexual things with you, that's rape and that's bad. Pippa starts in 20 minutes. Oh shit, it is fucking before 9. Holy fuck. For some reason I thought it was later. Chat, I need sleep. I need fucking sleep, man. I need fucking sleep. We're gonna go fucking Tectone. We're gonna go to the Eggman. I like Eggman. Eggman is comfy. Comfy Eggman! Please give love to the Eggman after we had an interview. Thanks for the awesome interview. I have a lot of thank yous to do, so please don't worry. I'm sorry, I am really bad at keeping up with them now. But I will do all of my thank yous. And Angela Monster, thank you for that raid of 5 viewers 7 minutes ago. Thank you, Angela! Welcome, raiders. I was ranting. All of my alerts are turned off. I'm not a streamer right now. I was interviewing. I'm sorry. But thank yous on Friday. I'm gonna go die. No name reading because I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. My chat's broken! There we go. My chat's broken! I'll be putting this up on YouTube. Murray, good luck tomorrow. Please give Eggy Man some love, chat. Give love to the Eggy Man! Eggy Man, very cute. He's got giant Cheemsburger in his background, but I can't see it today. I love his Cheemsburger. Have a good night, everyone! Bye-bye!